Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. We're going to get started in a minute. I just wanted to let you all know that the panel is going to be in English and Spanish and French, so we have interpretation for those of you that haven't already been given a headset. So, cool. I think we're waiting for AV to start the live stream, and then we'll kick it off. Okay. Hello again, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for braving security and badge registration to be with us in the Oceans Pavilion. We're going to get started with some opening remarks from the lovely Suzanne. So I'm going to invite her up here to kind of ground our presentation, and then we'll introduce you to our amazing panel. So welcome.
Thank you, Brita. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Suzanne Njeri. I am from Kenya. I represent a women's organization known as the Association of Women in Fisheries Blue Economy, but that plugs into the continental network of 44 countries where women have gathered together under the organization of the African Women Fish Processors and Traders Network. So together with my colleagues today, community-led governance, each of this is a community member. But I want to start by saying the oceans have no boundaries. Fish has no boundaries. And therefore, we've been able to bring together the different continents to be able to sit in this panel. We have Africa, we have Latin America, we have Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, climate change, climate impact affects us all. We each have a right to wonderful climate. The Creator created something very beautiful. And because we each have a right, I have a right, you have a right, it means that we have a responsibility to that right. We have a responsibility for today. We have a responsibility for tomorrow. We have a responsibility for the future to ensure that we have a climate-just world. Our grandparents handed over something wonderful to us. So we bring stories, we bring experience, we bring knowledge that some people will say indigenous or traditional, and we bring it together so that research, so that leadership, so that the youth, so that our children, grandchildren can be able to understand that it's only by holding hands, doing this together, that we are going to win, that we are going to conquer, that we are going to achieve the climate conversation. So I welcome you to listen to my colleagues, to listen to their journey, how they've scaled the heights to be able to get here, right from being the invisible, and they have an opportunity to be visible today at COP and to be able to have their voices heard. So all we are asking for is this: a seat at the table, a seat to interact, a seat to be had. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the conversation.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. And again, thanks to all of you for being here. Like Suzanne said, this is a really unique panel that offers really unique perspectives, not just here at COP, but even within the Oceans Pavilion. So thank you to all of you for coming. I'm Britta Johnston. I work for the Environmental Defense Fund. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, we're a large multinational NGO that works on everything from methane to small-scale fisheries. And we really see the heart of our work being the communities that we work with. We seek to center and elevate voices of Indigenous people and local communities on land and in the ocean. Environmental justice is at the core of who we are. And I think it's really evident, and I think this panel will speak to their lived experiences, that we can't separate people from the environments that they live in. At this COP and at previous COPs, we've heard kind of growing conversations about nature-based solutions and the opportunity that nature offers to climate. We're in this nature building in the Oceans Pavilion, so you guys all know that. But you must not forget that human rights need to be centered in all nature-based approaches. I work predominantly in the forest sector, and it's as true there as it is in the ocean. Climate change exacerbates historic injustices and inequities. I'm sure I don't need to tell you all that. But it's making the world's poorest communities more desperate, more vulnerable, and more susceptible. That's a quote from Patricia Espinosa. But those that are closest to the impact must also be part of the solution and must be included in these conversations. Human rights and communities are critical to shaping a rights-based approach to conservation and also to ensuring a just climate transition. So as I said, this panel stands out against the programming at all of COP, so thank you for being here to listen to this unique perspective. The importance of small-scale fisheries can't be overstated. They support 17% of global protein needs, and 40%, or at least 40%, of fish catch globally comes from small-scale fisheries. There's a sustainable development goal I'm going to read so I don't get it wrong. But SDG 14B calls on states to secure access to marine resources and markets for small-scale fisheries, which is also highlighted in the call to action from small-scale fishers that many of the panelists have participated in developing, and I would encourage you guys all to check that out. It's a really great resource which has really concrete calls to action and